Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Jackster. Welcome back to the lives. Yes, I've been gone for a while. First live walking back since spring. I have got to stop. I have got to stop walking, if that makes sense, in the wintertime. I do not like treadmills because for whatever reason, I go doop, doop, doop on them. It's not a smooth walk on a treadmill. So I rarely use a treadmill. Let me know, Jackster, if you can hear me okay. I remember from last year that you all told me sometimes my mic was muffled. So I tried to move it from where I am. And I'm also holding my camera just a little bit differently. So it won't be so close up in my face. But this is an amazing day. Whew, it feels good out here, and I'm a little late, so I apologize for that. But I just was not organized for whatever reason this morning. So it is what it is. But oh my goodness, I can't believe how hot it is already. And it's still March. So that means we're going to have a heat wave this summer. So that means I'm going to have to really, when dusk comes, or no, twilight, dusk, anyway, whatever it is called before actual sunrise, I'm going to have to make sure I'm pulling up at sunrise so I can catch the wave of coolness. Good morning, Angel. Hello, Patsy. Hey. Hello, everyone. Yes, I just wanted to chat a little bit this morning about hidden in plain sight. Because, like everyone else, now when I'm not walking during the winter, I'm still exercising, I'm still working out, I'm still doing some things, but it's nothing like getting out walking for whatever reason, at least for me, for my body. Now, everyone is different, okay? And I am really just explaining something that recently happened to myself, okay? So I'm not giving any nutritional advice. I'm not giving any dietary advice. I'm not giving any medical advice because I am not in any of those professions. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. I'm just talking about me, myself, and I and my journey. Okay? Yes. Hey, Jazzy. LP, hello, hello. Welcome in. So, like everyone else, well, I shouldn't say like everyone else because it's not everyone else, but how about this? Like many folks, during the wintertime, I gain weight like everybody else. So come spring, you try to lose the weight, right? Everybody, it's like, it's not necessarily the New Year's resolution, but it's something about the warmer weather. And I guess maybe coming out of coats and jackets, we all are kind of inspired to lose a little weight. And typically, as soon as I start walking or it gets springtime and I'm just running errands and I'm out and about, whether I'm actually walking like I'm walking today. And I'm not walking as fast as I typically walk because, well, this is day one. And that speed picks up over time. So I'm not casually walking, but I'm not walking as fast as I typically walk when I'm out on my actual walk. But at any rate, okay, y'all see them? Y'all see them barking at me? That's what I looked at for. I jumped. I had to make sure that fence was enclosed and I wasn't gonna walk around the corner and it wasn't enclosed fence. So I had to look up for a minute there. Thank you for all your tips. You are so welcome, Mary. You are so welcome. Good morning. Good morning, Lauren. Yeah, so I had typically, I won't say I lose weight fast, but it comes off slowly. So recently the scale wasn't moving, the tape measure wasn't moving, nothing was moving. And I typically, as you most of you all know, I will not say that I do not eat any processed food. I'm not going to stand here or walk here and say that. But it's far and few in between. And it's like a true treat when I do. And usually it's something that I had in my childhood. And I'm like, ooh, I just got to have a bite or two of this. So I don't eat very many processed foods. I'm going to cook it from scratch or not eat it at all. I don't drink soda. It's coffee, tea, and water, okay? Specifically, I typically have 1 cup of coffee a day. I have at least a cup of tea a day. The rest of the day, all day long, it's water, okay? I don't eat a lot at each meal. And sugar is just, and now don't get me wrong, I love a good sweet like everybody else loves a good sweet. However, I don't have what called quote unquote a sweet tooth. So I'm not a fan of sugary foods. Like I don't put sugar or cinnamon and sugar in my oatmeal or my grits or my cream of wheat or any hot cereal or any foods like that that a lot of people typically would put sugar in. Put a little butter in there, put a little salt in there. I cook with salt. I don't cook with a lot of salt. I just season to bring out the flavor. I never, 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 ever add salt to my food at the table unless I am preparing something and I forgot to season it right, or I am preparing something for someone else and they can't have any salt, none, nada. So I cook the whole dish with no salt and I might sprinkle a little off. I only use Himalayan salt, unless, of course, I'm out. So, scale wasn't moving. And I drink plenty of water. I drink almost a gallon a day, every day. So, all seasons, even in the winter. So I'm like, the scale ain't moving, the tape measure ain't moving. And I kept saying, what's going on? And on top of it, the biggest thing is I didn't feel bad, but I kept feeling I was waking up, feeling like the Goodyear blimp. I won't call it the Goodyear blimp. I was waking up feeling heavy and bloated. And I'm like, what's going on here? What's going on? So someone mentioned to me that's probably just water retention. And I said, now how's that water retention? I'm not I'm not consuming any salt. I don't eat processed foods that are laden with sodium. And I'm drinking plenty of water, so you think whatever I have will be flushed out. So I said to myself, okay, let me take that into consideration. Water retention. So I said, now the only thing I could think of that's going to cause you to have water retention is sodium, it's salt. So I said, I'm not eating salt. I don't even eat chips and stuff like that. Rarely, rarely will I have some chips. It's not that I don't like these things. I just, for whatever reason, I just don't eat it. And lo and behold, it really was sodium. I said, let me look at everything I am eating and check the sodium level of it. Something as simple as ground chicken, 150 milligrams of sodium per serving. Okay, so I'm cooking my food. I'm not using processed foods. So I'm not thinking about the fact that, okay, it's packaged. They probably hold on, guys. I got to switch hands right quick. If I can get this off of my hand. Hold on, hang in there. Let me just do this right quick. Okay, hang in there. Got to switch my hands really quick here. Sorry about that. Uh-oh. Come on, come on. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? I had to switch hands for whatever reason. My hand that I normally carry this in, it was bothering me. The strap was bothering me. I probably have to switch back. And it could be just I'm holding this phone up and I haven't become used to that. I don't know. But at any rate, I apologize for that little interruption. I started checking everything. I had Greek yogurt, 85 milligrams of sodium per serving. My supplement that I was taking, collagen, 75 milligrams of sodium. So when I added up all the sodium that I was consuming in a day from the things that I never even paid attention to, frankly, I didn't look back at some. I wasn't looking at my collagen for the sodium level content in my collagen. I wasn't looking for the sodium level in yogurt, in milk, in, and we're not talking already. We're talking about raw chicken. We're talking about fish. Everything I looked at had a sodium content. Not to mention your condiments, okay? Even when you're using avocado mayo, or even when you're using mustard, depending on what kind of mustard you're using, okay? Mustard, I had a mustard. I can't remember if it was stone ground or what, but mustard had 15 milligrams of sodium in it, all right? So, thank you so much, Jackster. So, I added all of that up, and pretty much my sodium content was probably about 3 to 4,000 a day. 3 to 4,000. That's a lot of sodium. So I said, okay, let's see if this is the culprit here. So the next couple of days, I cut out, and when I say I cut out, everything that had any sodium in it, with the exception of things that I couldn't cut out because I had to. Tuna, how many of you, let me ask you this question. How many people in the comments eat tuna? Just canned tuna. Have a tuna sandwich. Just a tuna. Just eat it off a fork. How many of you all eat tuna? Put a heart in the comment if you. Thank you, cool Chris. Put a heart in the comment if you eat tuna. Yep. Can of tuna had 320 milligrams of sodium. I said, now we check our cans for calories. We check our, not cans, but food for calories, for protein, for fiber, for carbs. But Jesus, hidden in plain sight. We need to look at the sodium level. I could eat 2 cans of tuna a day, one in the morning for breakfast. I could eat one in the evening. I even just like tuna with nothing in it. I mean, no, just put it in a bowl, take a fork, break it up and eat it. Okay? I like it like that. Don't get me wrong, I like it with mayo and everything else too. When I added that up, that's 3 to 4,000 milligrams a day. Now, according to dietitians, nutrition, our protocol should be around 1,500 or less per day, which is only equivalent to a few teaspoons. So I cut it out. I cut out everything that I could cut out. I ate salads, raw salads. I ate pasta. Pasta doesn't have any sodium in it. I looked at every box in the store. I had some actually red lentil pasta, which I love. And that's just made from red lentils. I ate that. I can't remember what I ate for 2 days. I did not. Made sure I was not consuming soda. And I'm like, okay, if I'm consuming that much, I can skip a few days and not have any. And that's exactly what I did. I lost 5 pounds in 2 days, hidden in plain sight. So I'm saying this to say, if you are stuck, your scale is stuck, your tape measure is stuck, check your sodium level, even if you're not eating salt. That's the thing. I promise you, I do not consume a lot of sodium. So I thought, okay? I mean, that I was aware of when I say that. I mean, I don't sprinkle it, I don't eat my own Pam's Prep seasoning. It is the classic and the fiery hot is only 1% above what is needed to be actually classified as low sodium. They're not salty. I just don't. But I thought to myself, I wonder who else is stuck. And all it is this sodium. All right? We haven't been able to find good canned tuna lately. Elizabeth. Yeah, can't find a lot of good stuff lately. Yes. I should not eat albacore out here. Uh-huh. I will try it. I need to try it. I can't give you no promises like I said when I started this live. I am not a dietitian. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not in the medical field in any capacity. I'm just sharing you my story and hope it maybe can help somebody. My story can help somebody else. I was flabbergasted. I couldn't wait. I said, I can't wait to walk so I can tell them what happened. I mean, 5 pounds in 2 days. And guess what? Both days when I woke up, I did not feel like the Goodyear blimp. I wasn't bloated. I felt better. And I wasn't feeling quote unquote bad. I was just like, oh, I feel stuffed. You know how you eat too much, you feel stuffed? I was waking up feeling stuffed. I'm like, why am I feeling stuffed? I didn't really eat anything yesterday. And that was the killer. But when I saw tuna, 320 million, and check the cans if you're gonna have it. It is not made equal. That 320 was in the brand I had, okay? But I did look at some other brands and it varied. Some was 220, some was 320, one was 400. So you can't look at anything across the board and say, okay, well, tuna in general has 320. No, back to reading labels. And y'all know I'm a label reader, but honestly, I never thought I checked my protein on whatever I'm getting ready to consume, especially at my age. I need that protein to sustain whatever muscles I have for muscle recovery when I do work out. I have to have high protein. So I'm always looking at my protein amount. I'm always looking at the carbs because personally, I'm not a fan of carbs, okay? But some of the carbs are the ones that don't have the sodium, like potatoes, like pasta, like rice, unless you put it in there yourself, okay? And I just don't care for that, just as my taste buds in general. It's not that there's anything wrong with it or something like that. That's why personally, if I am going to work a diet or be on a diet, it's going to be keto because I typically, I'm trying to cross the street. I typically do not care for carbs. I just don't. You know, if I have a burger, then yeah, I want my bun most of the time. But even when I have that bun, I only, if I'm gonna have fries, it's gonna be like four or five, literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just don't want it. But lo and behold, ooh, I couldn't imagine if the things that I was eating and I was buying just from the store had that much sodium in, I'm my nerve, I'm switching again, had that much sodium in it, what in the world would eating out do? What would eating out do, y'all? Because I know they cook it. I don't use vegetable oil. It's either avocado oil, one of my favorites, macadamia nut oil, coconut oil, beef tallow, duck fat. I'll even use lard before I use vegetable oil. So, not that vegetable oil has sodium. I haven't looked. It probably does after what I discovered, but I haven't looked to see if it does. I don't consume sodas. I know that has a lot of sodium. And don't think because you having zero calories. See, people look at like sodas. Okay, well, I'm having sugar-free soda. Look at the sodium. I'm telling you, if you are stuck, even if you're not stuck, it might be something to consider. But seriously, if you are stuck and that scale's not moving and that tape measure is not moving, after that little hiccup, that little discovery of mine, oh my God. And I understand, excuse me, people always say eat fresh food, fruits and vegetables. Well, that's fine and dandy. But outside of a fruits, they're sweet. And I don't care for the sugar. So I have a very limited amount of fruits. I, Jesus. I'm sorry, y'all. Big ginormous spider web. I almost walked into it. I had to walk around it. So I don't know. I was just so outdone that I'm looking at everything. If you have peanut butter, almond butter, you think, okay, well, I'm not having peanut butter, I'm gonna have almond butter because it's better. Check the sodium. Now I have some that has zero sodium in it. Cheese. Cheese is not made equal. Oh my God. Cheese is not made equal. I love cheese. Okay. So I went into the store to look because I don't have every cheese in my own house right now. So I went in the store, and out of all the cheese, cheddar cheese, I don't care if it's white, yellow, blue, cheddar cheese has the lowest amount of sodium. If it's the slice, it's like 150 milligrams per slice. All the rest of them, 200, 220, 190. One had 320. Provolone is one of my favorites. I think it was 220. Cheese is not made equal. So if you're putting a slice or two, just think if I use two slices of cheddar cheese on something, that's 300 grams. 300. Good morning. That's 300 milligrams if I use two slices of cheese on something. You don't look at that. You might say, okay, this cheese has 7 or 8 grams of protein. So if I eat two slices, that's 16 grams. Check your carbohydrates. It might be a little high in carbohydrates, depending on what you try to do. But the sodium, oh my God, the sodium, people, I am still blown away by that. I said, okay, if I can control things by the sodium level that well, Jesus, I already consume a lot of water. It was hidden in plain sight. Because a lot of us, if you are on any kind of diet or you've tried any kind of diet, and I just passed 1 mile. I'm probably about a mile point 3 or 4 in on this walk. Can y'all tell the difference? I'm breathing harder because I ain't been out here. I'm breathing harder. I shouldn't start breathing like this till I reach my 3 mile mark. And that'll happen because I'm gonna be walking almost every day. So that will happen. Y'all see I'm breathing now. As I remember last year, y'all, you walking fast and talking too. That's because I had become used to it. Anything you do on repeat, you'll be able to do better. So yes, I am breathing. Not hard, not heavily, not completely out of breath, but I'm breathing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am just really outdone at the sodium levels that I personally have been consuming. So even if you're on um, a diet, a specific like the Mediterranean diet or keto, or I don't even know names of them because I typically don't quote unquote diet, but they always emphasize your macros. Pay attention to your macros. Well, in that list, they don't count, they don't add up sodium. They may say, watch your sodium intake, but it's not a true part of what most diets have as their macros. It's calories, carbs, protein, and fiber. And I'm like, they need to list, they need to list sodium as one. It's hidden in plain sight. And people wonder why I can't get rid of this weight, why I can't do this. Check the sodium. And even if you have a problem with high blood pressure, again, I am not a doctor. I'm not giving y'all medical advice. I'm just saying you might want to check the sodium in everything else. Somebody tells you lower your sodium. Check everything before you put it in your mouth. My supplement. Now, I have two collagens that I like. Literally switched to the other one, and I had one of them on um, automatic pilot, where it would come every month. I'm canceling that today. I don't want it no more because that particular one, and I'm not saying it's not good. It was good, but it contained 75 milligrams of sodium. This other one contained 15 milligrams of sodium. And honestly, as far as the effects, I don't see a difference in the two. So now that I know about this little hidden sodium, why would I continue to use the one that's 75 milligrams? So sometimes we have to make adjustments like that and not stop eating or stop consuming anything in particular, but maybe try another brand, just like the tuna, just like the cheese. I love cheese, all kind, but until I get where I want to be and I feel maybe I can add some things inside, any cheese besides cheddar will be limited. And that's white cheddar, yellow cheddar, it doesn't matter. I understand about the dye from yellow cheddar, and cheddar's typically white. It doesn't matter when it comes to the sodium. They both have it. They both have it. Okay? So pick whichever one you want, but read that label. Yogurt, Greek yogurt. How many of you all eat Greek yogurt and have Greek yogurt in your refrigerator? If you have Greek yogurt in your refrigerator, I want you to look at it today and see how many milligrams of sodium is in that Greek yogurt. Good morning. Look at it and see, and tell me. Also, the added sugars and monounsaturated fats. Yes, yes, absolutely. It's hidden. And I say hidden in plain sight. They're not technically hiding it, but I think I'm very aware of things. I think I'm very aware of labels, reading labels, what I should and shouldn't be consuming when it comes to the labels. And for me not to have seen it, paid attention to it, or recognize it, that's what makes me wonder who else hasn't paid attention to that, okay? Because I read my labels. And I cannot stand here, walk, and say that I never saw sodium in these products, but we are not trained to look for those. And that's what makes it hidden in plain sight. It's listed on there because it has to be listed on there. But we're trained, especially if we want to lose weight, we are trained to look for carbs, look for fiber, look for calories, look for protein. We are not trained, programmed, it is not drilled in us to pay attention to the sodium content. And when you're told by someone in the medical profession to watch your sodium content, you start to pay attention more then than any other time. But what about those of us who have not been told they need to do that? Okay? It's just, I am just outdone. And the thing about it is the actual sodium that is put in products, for whatever reason it's there, preservative, flavor, whatever, is actually more and more harmful than if you just season your food with salt. Himalayan salt, Celtic salt, and it's actually called real salt. That's the name of it, real salt. I'm not saying that the salt is real, that's the name of it. Real salt, Himalayan salt, Celtic salt, those are by far the best ones, okay? Because those are the ones that don't mess with your levels. But you'd be better off buying something, cooking it, fixing it, and adding a pinch of salt to it than to buy something that has sodium already in it. But we have to watch I was even looking, after that, I started paying attention to everything. I was looking on my boxes of tea. I was looking at my oils. I was looking, and I'm still looking. I was just so outdone, y'all. I was so outdone. Restaurants use sodium chloride to bring back customers. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I was so outdone. I'm like, you mean to tell me? Because my scale and my tape measure wasn't moving for like 3 months. I mean, it wasn't moving. 3 months. And I kept feeling like every other day, every few days, I get up like, why do I feel like the Goodyear blip? I felt, I, I might as well woke up like I was just swole. That's the way I was feeling. I still had my energy. I physically felt okay outside of just feeling heavy. I might as well have just had this big, huge, bad meal full of stuff that I shouldn't probably have and went to bed on it and woke up. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case at all. Oh my gosh. And I had even, this one got me. Greek yogurt has a tang to it. And for a long time, I wasn't a fan of Greek yogurt at all. And I'm not a fan of yogurt in general. But I do like to use Greek yogurt in place of sour cream. The Greek yogurt had more sodium than the sour cream that I called myself changing to because it was healthier. Yeah, okay. I'm like, wait, what? And I'm not saying that the Greek yogurt isn't healthier than a sour cream. But when it comes to the sodium content, ooh, bees. When it comes to the sodium content, Jesus, I'm like, okay, come on now. That was just a little bit too much. So I thought, oh my goodness. I was outdone. And I said, I wonder how many of you all really could relate to that and said, check your sodium. Check your sodium. I mean, if you're stuck, check it. And if you're not stuck, check your sodium because you might just move faster. You might lose weight faster if you check that sodium. Yes. Chobani plain Greek yogurt. 5.3 ounce, 55 milligrams of sodium. Didn't realize yogurt has, I didn't either. Yes. And I cannot think of the brand that I have at home of the Greek yogurt, but I bought it because it has 25 grams of protein for three-fourths of a cup. So it's very high in protein. That's why I bought it. Oh my gosh. I'm like, why does the yogurt need the sodium? You know, and I understand sometimes it's used for preservative and this, that, and the other, but come on now. Does it really need that much? Does it, hey, Jackie, does it really need that much? So, yes, that is my hidden in plain sight. I thought, oh my goodness, that is just crazy. Crazy town, y'all. Crazy town. So, I had to share that with you all today. I had to make sure that you all were as aware as I am of this sodium content. Because trust me, I'm getting ready to see. And you know I'm gonna report back to y'all, okay? I'm getting ready to see because I'm watching everything that goes in my mouth when it comes to that sodium. And I'm going to see how it affects, especially now that I'm out here walking. Because typically, if I do nothing else, if I don't change my diet, if I don't do anything, nothing else, but just come out here and walk, I always lose about 5 or 10 pounds through the time that I'm walking, like a month or so. I just naturally lose that without changing anything at all. So this time, I am absolutely changing it, and I'm going to be checking that sodium content in everything and see what happens. Yes, I am. So, wow, Activia Probiotic Yogurt, 3.1 ounces, 45 milligrams. And I drink one every day. Yes, for diverticulitis. Yes, yes. Oh, the protein shake that I love, that that I love, okay, that I would take with me if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have a long day. I've got to run errands. Let me stick this protein shake in my bag just in case I won't be tempted to have anything. I just drink my little protein shake. 230 milligrams of sodium. 230. I can drink at least a couple of those a day. Ooh, I was filling my body with so much sodium. I'm like, nah, I do have. Now that is a pre-made pre-made protein shake. I do have protein shake that I have to make, add water to it, whatever. It has zero sodium. So guess who's getting ready to drink what? I'm switching. Like when I go home and I need my protein shake, I'm gonna be shaking it up. I gotta find my little shaker cup. I don't even know where it is. Or get me another one. I'm gonna be shaking it up. I won't be drinking the other stuff. And I just bought two whole boxes of them. But that's okay. That's okay. That's another thing I should have known because they don't expire for like 6, 8 months, almost a year. Oh my gosh. So that's the state of the state. Pay attention to that sodium level because that can definitely stall you or hinder you. Hear another little doggy up here barking. I know y'all hear him. Oh, okay. Those are some nice little big dogs. Thank God there's a brick wall over. I don't know if y'all can see, there's a brick wall over here. But honestly, they look like if they wanted to, they could leap and be right on over that wall. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I am going to let you all go. Thanks for walking with me. I'm going to finish out this walk and I will see you all probably later in the week on another walk. Don't forget to make sure that notification bell is on because I never know what day or when I'm going to actually walk. So That way you'll be notified. I also did, as soon as I set the live up this morning, got up, it wasn't raining or anything, and I knew I could come. I also posted on my community tab so that you all can, if you get up and you wonder, I wonder if she walking today. Typically, I will not come out walking. No, see, it's a noise. I will not come out walking before sunrise. And right now, my sunrise is right at about 7:20 a.m. Let me let him go by. My sunrise is about 7:20 a.m. So I'm going to try to be out here by sunrise, but it'll probably be somewhere between like 7:15 and 8 a.m. So check the community tab, and I usually post it on there, and you can see when I will be live on and what time I'll be popping on. So you all have a wonderful, blessed day. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. And go look at that sodium. Go look at the stuff that you didn't think had sodium in it. Check it out. Check your cabinets and see it's not all boxed food, okay? Like they say, shop around the perimeter of the store, the whole perimeter. The whole perimeter does include your meat, your dairy, your fruits, and your vegetables. Where you think I got my where you think I got my yogurt from and my ground chicken? I didn't get it from one of the aisles. Oh my God. All right. I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful blessed day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.